How's it going, YouTube? It's FuzzyXYZ here. I've been tagged, yes, by Vexacus4666's. He tagged me in the STEM challenge. Much love to you, Vexy. This is my video response to you. Now, if you didn't know, STEM stands for Spell, Trap, Effect and Monster, as in normal. Now, Vexy did add a little bit of a twist onto it. He added Ritual, Fusion, Synchro and Exceed. So basically, we tell you what our favourite cards are out of all of them categories. We then tag two other people and they do the same. So without further ado, let's get on with it. Okay, so let's start off with the normal monster. My favourite normal monster of all time has to be Trihorn Dragon. The reason is, Yugioh was first introduced into my junior school when it was released, and everybody was bumming the heck out of Dark Magician and Blue Eyes, and then Red Eyes was released, so everybody was bumming on that as well. And I couldn't actually afford the structure decks or starter decks at the time. All I had was £2.50, that's how much packs cost back then. So I thought, hey ho, went down to my newsagents, bought my first ever pack of Yu-Gi-Oh! And I ended up pulling a first edition Secret Rare Trihorn Dragon. It has that sentimental value to me due to the fact that it was the first ever card that got me into Yu-Gi-Oh! Basically. I didn't know what it was at the time, I didn't know how to play, I just randomly bought a pack because everybody was going on about it. So I bought a pack and it was this card that got me interested. The artwork on it is absolutely fantastic, it looks as evil as hell, and it has to be one of my favourite normal monsters of all time. My favourite effect monster of all time has to be Tour Guide from the Underworld. I don't care what anybody says, this is my favourite effect monster. Yes, it is absolutely amazing, this format. Yes, it might get hit on the ban list in September. It is more or less used in every deck. Its effect is, when it's normal summoned, you can special summon a level 3 Fiend type monster from your hand or deck. Now, I don't love this card for its effect or anything like that. I generally love this card for its artwork. Most cards I love due to artwork, but this has to be my favourite artwork of all time. Konami did an excellent job in making this card. When it was released in Extreme Victory, I saw somebody pull it at the sneak peek and I had to get a playset. It took me a good couple of months to save up the money, but I finally got my Secret Rare playset. And now this was when a playset was about £300, I think. I got mine for about £280. I didn't care about the price, I didn't care what it take to get hold of them, I just had to have my 3 secret tour guides. I run them in my wind-ups at the minute. It puts a smile on my face when I draw the card when I'm losing, because it basically wins your games. But I do definitely love this card for its artwork. Okay, my favourite spell card of all time has to be Graceful Charity. This was released in the starter deck Pegasus. It was the super rare. The Pegasus deck was the first starter deck that I bought, and I love this card. I think I used it in every single one of my decks up until the point where it got banned, and then even when it did get banned, I just put it in my deck for fun. I was so happy when they released it in the Battle Pack Epic Dawn, because that means I might be able to use one when it comes to the YCS Sheffield. You draw 3 cards from your deck and discard any 2 from your hand. So the draw power on the card is absolutely amazing. Also, finally, the artwork. It was one of the first artworks that I fell in love with as a small boy. Yes, I know that a lot of my cards are to do with artwork, but the artwork on this card is immense. Now, it's more or less the same concept with my favourite trap card, Ring of Destruction. It's a broken card. The fact that you destroy any monster on the field and inflict damage to both players' life points equal to its original attack. This card was used in the anime, Kabi used it. I found it absolutely hilarious when Kaiba used Ring of Destruction and then protected himself with Ring of Defense. Awesome combo. It was like, no Yugi, you take the damage, not me. But this card was used in many decks, especially in the GOAT format. It was one of the key cards to get rid of some of the annoying monsters of the time, like what's it called now? 1000 Eye Restrict, that's one. But yeah, it's an amazing card. It was a secret rare in Pharaonic Guardian. I never actually owned one, but I was just willing myself to buy one, and then it got banned, so I didn't find any point of it. But still, it is still an amazing artwork. My favourite ritual monster has to be Magician of Black Chaos. It's absolutely amazing. The artwork is fantastic. It was used in the anime by Yugioh against Pegasus. It's how he won the. It's how he became the King of Games. But the art, like I said, the artwork is on it is absolutely fantastic. When I was younger, I adored spellcaster cards, and this was like one of the biggest attack spellcasters available. Didn't care how much effort it took to get out using Black Magic Ritual. It was an awesome card. My favourite fusion monster is Cyber Dragon. Used by Zane in the GX series. Zane is definitely one of my favourite characters of all time. It's even better when he actually turned evil. The evil Zane. Gotta love evil looking cards. But the artwork on this is absolutely fantastic. I remember pulling this card actually in a Cybernetic Revolution pack that was in a Cyber Dragon tin. So I found that kind of ironic how I pulled two of the best cards out of the set. But I loved it that much that I actually made a deck around it, and I used it as a fun deck for many years up until the point where I actually played competitively. Avenging Knight Parshaft is my favourite synchro monster. It's not a very popular synchro monster. I love it again for its artwork. Air Knight Parshaft was an amazing card back in its day, and the fact that they brought out a synchro version of that card, I just fell in love with it ASAP. Like I say, it wasn't popular because most people ran Stardust and Thought Ruler Archfiend, but it's like underrated. It's actually got quite a good effect, the fact that you can change the battle position of a monster and then it does piercing. It's just nobody uses it, which I kind of find, which makes it unique to me, as I am one of the only people that actually like the card. And last but not least, my favourite Exceed monster, don't hate me for this, but it is Wind Up Carrier Zenmaity. I love the whole wind up archetype. Like I said, I do run the deck, but this has to be one of the best Exceed monsters in that deck going around. You detach your material to get a wind up from your hand or deck. Not many people, a lot of people forget about the second effect, but you can detach your monster. Detach your material to target a monster that would be being destroyed outside the damage step and return that target to your hand. Again, I feel getting a bit repetitive here, but the artwork on it is absolutely amazing. Especially being that Exceed monsters have a black background, it really highlights the artwork in the picture. Okay, so YouTube, that's my favourite cards out of all time. Now, I have to tag two people so they can do the exact same video. So my first tag is going to be 240Horomeo93. He's an amazing Yugioh, definitely deserves a lot more subscribers than he's got. I've been subbed to him for ages, since he was like under 100 subs. So please go check him out. And my second tag goes to Team Elemental UK. They are another English-based Yugioh. They do a lot of pack openings, especially for Cool Kidnam. I think they work for him. I've done a lot of trades. I talk to him sometimes, so definitely go check them out. So those two are my two tags. Thank you to Vexy for tagging me in his video. I will be uploading a fair few videos over the next couple of days. Episode 3 of What the Fuzz should be out at the beginning of next week. So please like this video, please subscribe, and see you later, YouTube.